Alright guys, what is up? DC Heat here with another video. Yeah, I've been dead for a good bit, but I'm back. I'm better than ever, and I got a little story for you today about what was going down. Why is DC Heat coming back from the grave? You know, all about that good stuff. And you know, I gotta let you know it's a great one. You know, go run down, get some fruit snacks, get whatever you need, cause this is gonna be something right here. All right. So you know, it all started right back in that bed on November 14th, right? That was a bad day for young DC. Basically what happened was I was laying in my bed, you know, slumbering just after a hard day's work, getting that rest, and my dad, you know, wakes me up at about 2 a.m. and goes, Aiden, get up. And I'm like, no, go away. You know, I thought he was like waking me up for school or something, right? Like, wasn't really digging school at the time. So I was like, no, Dad, go away. And he's like, Aiden, look who's in your room. And I was like, what are you talking about? So I look over, and there are these two jacked dudes just standing like right where that rug is. And I was like, what the I was like, what? And he's like, Aiden, these men are Marines. And at that moment, I was just extremely confused. You know, I knew there weren't two Marines in my room for like a surprise birthday party or something. Like, I knew some bad shit was going down. So yeah, he's like, Aiden, today this is where your life changes. You know, we're gonna send you to a therapeutic program in Idaho, in the desert, and you're gonna work out your stuff. So basically, at the time, I was like smoking weed and skipping school, and like I had like all F's in school. Like, I wasn't really giving a fuck because, you know, I was making some gual off YouTube. So I was like, you know, I understand where he was coming from, but fat L, very fat L, like enormous L was given to me that day. So yeah, basically all that was in my head at that moment. He like explained like, yeah, we're gonna take you to Idaho. There's gonna be a therapeutic program there. We're gonna be working out your issues. And all I was thinking was like, please, TK, bless me with the ability to hit the race, because at my first opportunity, I'm going to sprint as far away as possible from this situation. So, you know, he talked to me for about 20 minutes. I was like, is this a fucking nightmare? He's like, no, this is real. I just remember that part. Yeah, he told me it was like 4 or 5 weeks long. Fat lie. So I was like, yeah, so can I go use the bathroom? They're like, no, we're gonna have to keep your foot in the door if you're gonna use the bathroom. I was gonna like jump out the window or something. Like, I don't even know. I just wanted to like gather some stuff up in there to like make something happen. I don't know. And so, you know, I put on my clothes, I grabbed my phone. They're like, no, you're not grabbing your phone. I'm like, oh, this no, oh God, you know, like I got a channel, you know, I got to be connected, you know. So I was extremely shocked and like panicked. It was a bad time in my head. So yeah, like they put my hands behind my back, and we just like walked down the stairs. One was in front of me, one was behind me. I was like, bro, there's no chance I'm gonna be able to run. Like, this is just not gonna work. They brought me outside, put me in their little car. We drove to the Baltimore airport, and like right when we got in the car, like he put my seatbelt on. Like he put it on for me. I was like, what the hell? And like when we were like driving out of my neighborhood, I like really like slickly like unclipped it and like coughed right when I hit the button, so like he wouldn't hear, and like put the seatbelt back. And then once we got to a red light, like I was like next to the door, and he was like right here, like the door's like right here. And I was like, right when we stopped at a red light, I tried to open the door and push it, and it was child lock on the door. And he's like, the dude like grabbed me right when he saw me move, and he's like, yeah, we got child lock, pal. Nice try. So that was yeah, it was not fun. We drove to the Baltimore airport. We got on the plane. They would not let me out of their sight for 1 second, bro. They were like right next to me the whole time. I think my like fucking shout was going. Hold on. Yeah, so we got to the airport. They were walking around. They wouldn't let me out of their sight for a second. We got on the plane. We flew from Baltimore to Chicago first. And I remember on the plane, I was like, bro, I need to go take a shit. And he's like, you can't. I was like, what? We're on the plane. I can't run. What do you think's gonna happen? He's like, that's just the protocol, man. You can't go. I was like, bro, I really need to go. And he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to put my foot in the door, like like, I don't want to curse, but it was on an airplane. I was like, this is a joke. So I remember we went to the bathroom. I was in the toilet, and I was just so pissed at this dude, bro. Like, so pissed. So when he was like putting his foot in the door, like everyone was staring at him. And so I started like moaning and making these loud ass like weird noises so everyone would stare at him. That was funny. That was like the one time I laughed in like the whole like 24-hour experience. But yeah, that was a good time. The goon was nice though. He like let me watch a movie on his phone after, like in the next flight from Chicago to Idaho. He bought me a burger when we got there. He was a cool dude. We got to the base camp of the program. They took all my belongings, which was like all my clothes at the time, and like I think I had like a book and like a snack or something. They took all that. They made me put on a robe and like jump so they could make sure I didn't like keister anything on my butthole. It was weird. And then I sat in the room, and like a therapist came to talk to me, and I was asking him all these questions. I'm like, so how long am I gonna be? I was like, is there any way I can get out of this? And he's like, no. I was like, how long am I gonna be here? He's like, 8 to 12 weeks. And that's when I like freaked the fuck out. I was like, what the like I was so pissed, bro. I was so mad. They gave me these papers to sign. I just ripped them up. I was like, I'm not agreeing to anything. I finally signed them like an hour later. Like I went into the bathroom, and I was just sitting on the toilet like so furious, and I just like punched a hole in the wall, and they never even found out it was me. She was like, what's going on in there? I was like, I fell, you know. But yeah, after that, they drove me like 30 minutes out into the Idaho desert. I met up with my group. My group was freaking dope, man. I love those kids. They were so cool. I'm gonna shout them out because I know like 2 of them recognize me from my videos, and they all like know about my stuff. So shout out to Tyler, Nathan, Pat, Nick, Jackson, Henry, Matthew, Tom, Joe, and Max. You guys are the homies. So yeah, we like had like a group therapy session. Then it was so cold, bro. I just remember being freezing, like sitting around like the campfire talking. Then they're like, yeah, so we're gonna go to sleep now. So I had to like put all my belongings into this huge backpack that they gave me. They gave me like all new clothes and stuff. I put all the belongings in there. I gave him my boots, like literally all my clothes. I had like a shirt like this, and it was freezing. All I had was a tent, you know what I mean? I had like a hoodie, and the lady was just standing there, like one of the instructors, and I was like, I'm not giving you my fucking hoodie. Like, I'm freezing cold. And she's like, well, we can sit here all day, pal. So we literally sat there for like 10 minutes. And she had this headlamp on just shining in my eyes. Like, yeah, it was a fat L. So I finally just gave her the sweatshirt. But I wasn't even cold. Like the sleeping bags were like really warm. So, and yeah, from there I was just kind of like immersed into the program. So Monday through Thursday you wake up at 7 a.m. They give you breakfast, which is usually like granola and oatmeal and like raisins. That's pretty dope. Like that shit's like good. I'm gonna keep eating that. And then yeah, after that the group has to make a fire. So I'm gonna show like a video up here. It's called bow drilling. You get like a big bow, and you gotta like make a fire that way. It's really, they had lighters, but they were like trying to teach us like grit and like survival tactics. I never bow drilled, but I was like dope at making fires. Like if you made me a little coal, like I could get you some flame, you know, DC heat, you know, it's what I do. Yeah, then we have like a quick meditation around the campfire. It's called like a mindfulness, and then like the therapists come out at like about 10 a.m. And then we have like a group therapy session, and then they do individual sessions with some kids, or like every 2 weeks you get to call your parents and do like a group therapy session with them. At noon, everyone eats lunch. Bro, I had the same exact lunch for 72 fucking days. It was such an L, bro. It was peanut butter and pita, like a peanut butter sandwich, a handful of banana chips, a handful of trail mix, and a handful of sesame sticks. Yeah, that got old pretty damn quick. Then you do P time, which is like personal time. So you can write in. You have to write in your journal like 2 pages every day. I can show some pictures of my journal right here of like, I kind of like wrote about the day-to-day stuff we did and like some funny shit that happened or like whatever I was thinking or some stuff. So I'll put some journals up here if you want to like take a screenshot and like read it or like pause the video. Yeah, then after that is skills time, where you basically can like make something. I made this like, here, let me try to focus that. I made this bracelet out of like, it's called a cordage bracelet. That's one thing I made. I was working on for a cross. I was working on a cross for my dad. Oh God, that was a fat voice crack, holy shit. But yeah, I was working on a cross for my dad because he's like really religious. But then I left like before I could finish it, which was a huge blessing. Like when I got that, when they told me they don't tell you you're leaving until 2 days. So the whole time you're there, you have to like work your ass off and like do the best you can and like comply with all the rules, and like the better you do, the quicker you can leave. Like they know how to whip some kids up, bro. Like for real. Like that will give you motivation to do whatever the fuck they tell you to do. And after skills time, you make dinner. Dinner was lit. Like me and my friends cooked up some dope stuff. Like if you're lucky, we got like mac and cheese and like summer sausage. That was lit. If you're unlucky, it's like a bad dinner day. It's like quinoa or like couscous or split pea soup or like lentils. It was just after dinner, we have like a final like group therapy session where we all sit around the campfire. It's usually dark about that time for about like 2 hours, and we talk about like our feelings or like what happened during the day or the progress you're making, or you know, it's different stuff every time. But I mean, night group was an L sometimes, because it was like, sometimes it was like 10 degrees outside and all you had was like a fire and it was like mad windy and I'd like fall asleep sometimes. But group was all right. After that, you do layout, which is basically what I said earlier, where you give them all your clothes and then you go to sleep. On Wednesday, that's shower day. Wednesday's lit. You go into base and get bagels, which is like a delicacy out there. You get showers. You get like a 5-minute shower once a week. And after that, you do like some horse therapy, which is, the horses were dope. I like doing that. And then from Thursday to Sunday, we did either expedition weekend or adventure weekend. During expedition, we would like hike around the desert, like usually like 5 miles a day. Expedition was a fat L, and you had like this, I'm gonna go show the bag, hold up. You had to carry around, this big ass bag that had all of your belongings in it and like another backpack, and you had to carry that for about like 5 miles a day, and like it was mad hot and just fat L's all over the board. Adventure was better though. Adventure was like, we would go rock climbing. That was really dope. Like that was a lot of fun. We went, other than that, we would do mountain biking, which like we went like 5 times. 2 of the times was pretty fun, and then the others it was like snowing and like mad icy and like muddy, and you just like slip and fall. It was just massive L's once again. I mean, but yeah, that's basically like the day by day there. Like the first 2 weeks I was there, I was like totally just doing whatever I could to try to get out of there. I knew there was no chance of me escaping, because even if like somehow I ran out of the desert and even like somehow found a way to get back to my house with only the clothes on my back in DC, my parents would just send me back. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I would just write them, bro, I wrote them a 15-page letter on like asking them to send me home, because I was worried, so fucking worried about my YouTube channel. I was worried about, I wanted to see my friends. I wanted to like not do what we were doing, and I just like didn't accept the fact that I'd have to be there for a long ass time. And once I did, like I just did a lot better there. I started to like get more out of the therapy there, and like I really learned like a lot, and I changed my perspective on a lot of things, like especially school and like my parents, like my relationship with them. Like in school before, I was doing like just, I would skip like once, twice a week. I got all F's. But yeah, smoking weed too. I'm not doing that anymore. And even if I do, like if I go missing like this again, it's because I got sent back there. Because that's like what my parents are threatening. If I do like continue to smoke and like do what I was doing before. Except after, I'm gonna be sent to like a therapeutic boarding school for like another 8 months. So I'm kind of on thin ice here. But I'm confident in my ability to like do what I need to do, and like I want it for myself as well to like not fuck up again and do what I was doing. But yeah, man, like a lot of people there taught me a lot of stuff. So yeah, shout out to Rose, shout out to Sam, shout out to Ted, shout out to John W, John C. Those are like a few therapists and instructors. But yeah, man, I'm ready to like grind my ass off on YouTube, stack up the guala, get a few more pairs of shoes, and yeah, here's the certificate. I'm covering like the program's name because I don't know if they want me to like put that out there, but yeah, there you go. That's some proof for you. But yeah, like I'm ready to grind my ass off on YouTube, get some money, do well in school, and just get her done, man. I'm so happy to be out of there, and I'm just like so grateful for like eating a chocolate bar. Like I just like am grateful like for every little small thing after being in that place. So yeah, you're gonna see some vids from your boy. I'm gonna be posting some straight flame, just know. Thank you for the 10 people still watching this video, because I know my channel fell off like shit at the time I was gone. But you know, I just got to dig myself out of this hole. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you if you stuck by me throughout this shit, because I really appreciate if you did. Yeah, it's your boy DC Heat. Peace.